Hey there, awesome to see you found my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. They'll love it too. And tell me in the comments which city or country you're watching from. I read every single one. All right, let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Spark That Set Everything in Motion. It was 7:40 in the evening. I was folding laundry in the living room, the kind of quiet routine that defined my Wednesdays. Then, my phone buzzed with a single notification. One message. Sender, Livia. Relationship, wife. Subject, a new chapter. I'm not returning. I've met someone younger, someone who excites me. He makes me feel alive. Don't try contacting me. I've already moved our savings into my personal account. Goodbye. No affection, no hesitation, just finality. 12 years of marriage erased by a single, cold message. I stared at the screen, unmoving. The money we'd saved, over $280,000 earned through sacrifice over time, missed vacations, vanished with one text. Yet, I didn't break down. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't even clench a fist. Instead, I whispered, "Thank you." Then I stood up, walked to the filing cabinet, and retrieved a folder labeled Plan B, in case of emergency. Because what Livia never understood was that while she thought she was always ahead of the game, she'd been several steps behind for quite some time. Chapter 2. The Calm Before Her Fall. By midnight, the wheels were already in motion. While Livia basked in her fantasy of freedom in a luxury hotel suite, I sat at the dining table sipping black coffee, laptop open. Her betrayal hurt, but it didn't shock me. A dozen years with Livia teaches you to recognize behavioral shifts, the sudden work conferences, the girlfriend's only getaways, the way she smiled at her phone like it meant more than I ever did. So, over a year ago, I began to prepare, silently. I met with a legal expert who specialized in financial protection. I created a trust in my name alone. Our major investments? Redirected into that trust. The joint account? A decoy, mirroring our real balance. The actual money? Relocated months ago, split between crypto assets and offshore accounts. The account she emptied? A setup. It held only $3,200. I transferred the actual funds 2 weeks earlier, right before one of her so-called girls' trips. But my plan didn't end there. I logged into our home security system. What Livia didn't know was that every frame was backed up to the cloud. Just days before she vanished, a man entered our house while I was at work. Not a stranger. Her trainer, the same one she once insisted was just a friend. What they were doing in our bedroom wasn't exercise. I clipped the footage, saved it, and composed an email. To HR department, Livia's law firm. Subject, ethics concern, sensitive material attached. Attachment, homefootage.mp4. She worked for a firm that enforced a strict moral code. What I sent crossed every boundary in their handbook. I pressed send, shut the laptop, leaned back, and took a long breath. Her real retreat was just beginning, the one where everything she thought she controlled unraveled. Chapter 3. The Freeze. The first call came at 6:02 a.m. No caller ID. I let it ring out. The second came minutes later and went to voicemail. Then came the texts. Livia, what did you do? Livia, why can't I access the account? Livia, pick up the phone. I ignored them. I opened our banking app and locked the card she'd been using to indulge herself. Champagne suites, spa indulgences, even a helicopter ride with her new partner. That card? Useless now. Then, a message arrived from her workplace. A screenshot from an old contact in HR, someone who owed me. Subject, immediate suspension, ethics violation. Body, due to newly submitted evidence of professional misconduct, Livia Monroe is hereby suspended pending further investigation. Her six-figure position? Gone. The one she constantly waved in my face while mocking my modest salary? Over. When she called again, I answered, "Hello? You vindictive freak! You've ruined me!" I said nothing. Let her fury burn out. "You can't do this. That money was mine. You never even loved me. I did love you, I said calmly. Enough to leave you broke, jobless, and abandoned by your new boyfriend once the hotel bill landed. Dead air. Her breathing grew rapid. How do you know that? Check the security footage. He left at 3 a.m. The card you gave him declined. Another pause. Have a great morning, Livia, I said. This is far from over. Then I hung up. Chapter 4. Fallout. By noon, the flood of messages started, but not from Livia. Her relatives began reaching out. Her mother, her father, even her godmother. Their tone at first was cautious. Lucille, Mom. Hey, honey, Livia's really struggling. What's happening? Russell, Dad. She says you froze the accounts and are retaliating? I didn't explain. Instead, I sent them a single PDF, a compilation of Livia's chats with her affair partner, expense records from their romantic trip, the official form transferring the money out of our joint account, and one particularly damning image. Livia in bed with the other man, accidentally uploaded to our shared iPad when she drunkenly forgot she was still logged into my iCloud. 3 minutes later, Lucille responded, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." No one else from her family messaged again, except her sister, Celia. She had more to say. Celia, you always acted like the victim. Now you're just cruel. I responded with a single line. Tell me, Celia, was it your idea to help her drain my inheritance before filing the paperwork? That afternoon, a message arrived, not sent directly to me, but forwarded to my attorney, from the legal counsel representing Livia's company. They were requesting confirmation about the origin of the anonymous report that had resulted in her suspension. We provided every piece of evidence they demanded, verified documentation, entirely lawful and meticulously prepared, without a single embellishment. I wasn't driven by spite. I was precise in my actions. By the next morning, the media had caught on. Given Livia's highly visible role, the fallout was swift. Her entire brand rested on themes of female empowerment and honesty. But once those private messages surfaced, especially the one she'd written to her lover saying, "He's such an idiot. I could strip him of everything and he'd still thank me for it," whatever public sympathy she might have had evaporated instantly. Her professional circles ignited with backlash. LinkedIn became a war zone of commentary. Her Instagram hemorrhaged followers, thousands gone in a single day. Within a week, her accounts disappeared entirely, deleted without a trace. But for me, this was merely the prologue. Chapter 5. The wealth she mistook for hers. As Livia scrambled to contain the disaster, I sat unbothered in my estate attorney's office, sipping espresso while reviewing documents she had never cared enough to read. What Livia never understood was that my inheritance from my grandmother wasn't liquid cash. It was an array of assets held in irrevocable trust. Yes, I had moved some accessible funds into our joint account for routine household use. But the real foundation of that inheritance, the substantial portion she believed she'd quietly funneled to her personal account, was nothing more than a decoy. That account existed solely to watch her moves, tied to a shell company crafted for observation. The genuine inheritance, over $5 million in investments, property holdings, and bonds, remained untouched, entirely separate from anything she could legally reach. My attorney chuckled when he saw her attempted transfer. "She shifted phantom money, Elias," he remarked. I nodded. Exactly the illusion she thought she could outplay. We filed a formal complaint for attempted marital fraud. While tricky to pursue given our ongoing marriage at the time, our prenuptial agreement contained ironclad clauses on infidelity and financial misconduct. Livia believed she was being cunning. In truth, she had stepped neatly into a trap laid well in advance. Meanwhile, her affair partner, Asher, encountered his own unraveling. Remember that luxury getaway in Tulum Livia flaunted across social media? The one she paid for with what she thought was my inheritance? It wasn't just a vacation. It was bait for Asher, who she believed would abandon his girlfriend to be with her. But when I posted a subtle message online, If you think your partner is in Tulum this week with someone else's spouse, check their location history. Lana, Asher's girlfriend, saw it. She investigated. The evidence was irrefutable. She ended things publicly, on LinkedIn, complete with screenshots of his betrayal. But the blow didn't end there. As fate would have it, Lana also served as head of HR at Asher's company. By sunrise, his keycard access was revoked. And Livia? Her phone exploded with furious texts. From Asher, "You've destroyed everything. Don't ever contact me again." From Lana, "Congratulations, you're both jobless. Enjoy it." That evening, Livia called me, her voice raw and quivering. "Elias, please, can we just talk?" I stayed composed. No raised voice, no anger. "The divorce papers will arrive Friday," I told her. "I've moved out. The house is under the trust now. You have 10 days to vacate, as stated in our agreement. And if you're smart, sell those designer bags. You'll need the money." Then I ended the call and blocked her number. Chapter 6. The Final Break. Public Humiliation Beyond Her Imagination. 10 days later, I attended the annual Black Tie Charity Gala held in my late grandmother's honor, an event she helped establish. Initially, I had no intention of going. That changed when I learned Livia had RSVP'd as my guest. Even after everything, she intended to waltz in on my arm, projecting the facade of being the cherished wife of a prominent benefactor, despite our pending divorce. I told the organizers to let her come. I'd be there too, just not alone. The night of the gala arrived. Livia walked in first, radiating forced confidence. Her gown was rented, her jewels borrowed, her smile rehearsed but empty. Cameras clicked, murmurs filled the air. She waved like a queen reclaiming her throne. Then she spotted me. I was already on stage, introduced as the successor continuing my grandmother's philanthropic legacy. Standing beside me was my date, Lana. Yes, that Lana, graceful, poised, intelligent. What began as shared commiseration between us had evolved quietly into something steadier, something genuine. When the host handed me the microphone, I addressed the audience. "Tonight, I am honored to establish a new fund in my grandmother's name, dedicated to veterans who've endured betrayal and abandonment. From profound pain, we can forge lasting purpose." The room hushed. A slideshow followed, images of veterans supported by our pilot program. Then came a slide unlike the others, a screenshot of Livia's email to me, subject line reading, "I found someone worth my time." Her full name and sender details visible to everyone. Gasps rippled through the ballroom. Cameras swung from me to her. Livia's face blanched, her expression fractured. She muttered incoherently and edged toward the exit, but whispers shadowed her every step until she disappeared. By morning, her name was everywhere. Yoga guru exposed. Trust fund deception. Gala scandal. Livia vanished soon after, retreating to a cousin's home in Arizona. Her credit collapsed. Her so-called friends evaporated. The life she imagined for herself simply disintegrated. As for me, I remained quiet, centered, and forward-looking. Because the most profound revenge isn't loud or vengeful, it's constructing something worthwhile and enduring, while they are left watching from a distance, knowing full well they'll never again be part of it.